Hi everybody, welcome to Nazos Circus. How are you doing? I hope you guys have been staying safe. Today I have a very special guest. Well, all my guests are special, but this one is more special, I think, because he's someone who wears many hats. And as you guys know, I don't introduce my guests. I let them introduce themselves. So my guest, can you introduce yourself?
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're the best person to introduce yourself.
Very true.
Mm-hmm. So tell us your name, what you do, everything about you.
Good afternoon, all of the guests and listeners from Nazos Circus.
Yes.
Circus, Nazos Circus. My name is Charles Emeka. I'm an author,
Woohoo!
speaker, trainer. And when I say trainer, not a personal trainer.
But you could do personal training, though. I see you in the gym. So.
Yeah. Public speaking, communication, customer service trainer, and MC, master of ceremonies.
Yes,
Compère.
fantastic. You wear so many hats. So we will touch on, I think, each one. I think that's the best way so that we can get a holistic picture of Charles Emeka.
Okay.
So which one? Let's go with the serious one first, the training. So tell me a bit more about the training. What exactly what do you do?
So most times when you're training people, you're focused on 3 areas.
Okay.
Which is communication, confidence, courage. Most times you're being asked to train people in the art and in the area of public speaking. We live in a time and season where many people are nervous and anxious.
Me, I'm like that.
You
So
know,
maybe I need to.
about standing up in front of a group of people. Some statistics says that 75% of people would rather hold a snake in their hand.
Really?
I don't get that statistic because nothing would make me hold a snake in my. It's a but this is the generation where we're so consumed with what people think about us. And the higher you climb in many careers, most careers, the more the likelihood that you're gonna have to do some form of speaking, communicating as you navigate your way through the ranks. So we're either training companies, organizations, middle to senior leadership, education sector, charity sector, but my favorite is training young people.
Oh wow, that's a lot, and that public speaking is a big one. So although I'm a solicitor, and people just expect that being a solicitor, you like public speaking. I don't like public speaking.
What about now?
I still don't like public speaking.
Really?
No, I don't like public speaking.
So when you're in the courtroom,
When I'm in the courtroom, I have to speak. But also remember, the courtroom, it's just me, the judge, and a few other lawyers. It's not many people. But if you called me at an event to speak, I'd be very nervous.
but you did well at your event.
Well, I was still very nervous.
Yeah.
I was still very nervous.
We like to say, if you're not nervous, be nervous. Because it's the nerves that make you rise to the occasion.
Okay.
So you're supposed to be nervous. Because anytime you're doing something that has value, you shouldn't be relaxed. It should make you step up. So the sweaty palms, the dry throat,
the shaky
shakes,
knees.
the shaky knees, the butterflies in the stomach. As a woman, start playing with your hair. Women also tend to grab their sleeves. Men tend to put their hands more in their pocket. Those things are nervous, but there is a way and there is a formula to decrease the nerves. The nerves won't go away. I've been doing this 15, 20 years. I still get nervous at the beginning of every event.
Really?
But I've learned to speak to myself.
Really?
You will never get this opportunity again, so make
just
it count.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I still struggle. So that's something maybe I would benefit from.
Yeah.
Because even at my events, I'm still nervous.
Yeah.
And it's my friends.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't be.
The nerves are
there.
because all eyes are fixed on you. The nerves never go away. But if you've ever been jogging before, you know it's the first few minutes when you start jogging, you haven't yet found your rhythm. And then 3 to 5 minutes in, you're on a roll. It's the same with speaking.
Okay, that's fantastic.
So if you're nervous, you're doing it
good.
right.
Okay, so your favorite thing is talking to young people.
Young people.
And so what does that entail? I mean, I think I can figure out what it is that you're trying to do. But what exactly, are you able to tell us a bit more about that?
So initially when I started off working in schools, it was just assembly speaking. They would get me to go into schools in the morning, 45 minutes to an hour, speak to the children, encourage them, empower them, motivate them, persuade them, influence them, and then just do questions and answers. That's how we started.
Really? Okay.
And the reason I was able to do that was because of where I was coming from. So really, I'm speaking to them about association, friendship, aspirations, choices. That's where I started. And then with time, we moved more into training. But initially, it was assembly speaking. From assembly speaking, we then moved into hosting and emceeing events. Because be it speaking, be it training, be it emceeing, it's the same gift and it's the same skills. So people go, oh, you're a speaker, you're a trainer. It's one thing.
True.
It's one thing. Even being an author, I write how I speak. So I don't try and
Structure.
No.
Yeah.
I write how I speak and then give it to somebody to make the book be appropriate for. I just write it as I see it.
And I guess that's got to be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
So with the children, what is there an age group?
So we already get a large amount of funding for year 10 students.
Okay.
And those are people between the ages of 14 and 15. So, but it's generally from people 13 all the way up to university.
Oh wow. You're doing amazing.
It's the difference between working with young people is you feel like you're sowing seeds.
Yes.
And they say, sow the seed, you don't know when the seed will bear fruit.
True.
While as when I'm working in corporate or in the education, they've been forced to be there by their employer or by their manager. So you can see it, while kids are like, I've got a day off school.
Yeah. True.
Are we here for the whole day, sir?
Yeah.
Yes. What, like all day? Yeah. You go break, you go lunch, and you're back in here.
And they're probably enjoying it. Yeah.
And because of my own life experiences, I'm able to relate to them at their level. Now, if I was a teacher, I wouldn't have the same results.
Yes.
So, because the teachers, they're there every day.
Yeah, and they're just there to go teach and go.
Exactly. So, because I'm in the school, it's a different school every single day.
Okay.
So, or 2 days max. We never do more than 2 days in a school.
One school.
So it's always fresh. There's always new characters. I generally do about 20,000 year 10 students every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of students.
So
you're a celebrity when you walk on the streets. Do you see
Sometimes I see the kids that go, yo, you came to my school. Really? Yeah, but they also teach me a lot as well. So I also sometimes I ask them how I should parent my kids. What do you guys think I should do there? Oh, so I think you're a bit too harsh on your son. Like really, why do you think that? Yeah. And they say, so what would you prefer me to do? Well, guys, what time do you think my son should be allowed to stay out?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he should be allowed to stay out till 10. Like, it's not happening. So we have those conversations. Yes. I let them give me feedback. I also came from a family where my parents loved us, but you wouldn't know. It's in hindsight.
They loved you in their own. I think this is a good time to go back, because I didn't want to start off with telling you, okay, tell me how you grew up, because I just freestyle these things. So can we talk a bit more in more depth about you before you got to where you are now? Okay. So where were you? Were you born here? Were you born back home?
I was born here in the UK. My dad was quite successful from early. So he owned a couple of food stores in Stoke Newington Church Street.
Okay.
He also was a lawyer. But in being a successful businessman and being a lawyer, he wasn't home very much.
He couldn't be.
My mum broke her leg. My dad decided that he was going to replicate the businesses that he had here in the UK in Nigeria. Went to Nigeria for 1 year and 4 months. By the time he came back, he didn't know who his children were.
Yes.
So by the time he came back from Nigeria, everything had changed.
So his absence in the home just
changed everything. So he had lost control because he was gone for a year and a half, and my mum had broken her leg, so she couldn't really move.
Yeah.
So by the time he came back and tried to regain control,
it was too late.
It was too late
already.
So I was already in primary school. I was already coming home about 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, because there was nobody to.
There was no one. There was no one there. So when he now realized that he didn't know what to do, he wrote a letter to his dad, and his dad said, "Bring them to Nigeria." And before you knew it, I was on a British Airways plane. February the 9th, 1990.
Headed back home.
Heading home.
How old were you then?
I was 12, 13. I'd just been expelled from St. Ignatius College in Enfield. So my dad was like, "You've been expelled."
It's time to go.
And then he single-handed, everybody pleaded with him, begged him. He had found a school in the east of Nigeria, a place called Uturu Okigwe. Mary's Brothers.
Oh, you went to Mary's Brothers. It's like is it a seminary?
So there's two Mary's Brothers Junior Rate and there's Mary's Brothers Academy.
Okay.
But they're both in the same place.
Okay.
And when you get...
So it was Mary's Brothers you went to?
I went to Mary's Brothers first. When you get to Okigwe, then you start driving into a valley. You know that you're on your way to hell.
Yeah.
It was...
Are you serious?
It was... Another guy from London, Uzodin Machukudi, he had been sent there 3-4 months before us. So his dad had told my dad, this is where you should send the children.
This is the place.
So when we got there, my dad said to the housemaster, "We're looking for another guy from London, Uzodin Machukudi." He said, "Oh, he didn't go to school today. He's not been well." When Uzodinma came out,
he appeared.
That's the word. Yeah. When he appeared, I started begging my dad. I said, "Daddy, please, I will change."
Are you serious?
Uzo was in a white bed sheet. He was shaking. He looked emaciated. I just started. As soon as I saw Uzo, I knew Uzo in London now, you know.
Serious?
And I said, "Daddy, Bikono, I'm begging you. I will change.
Good.
I will change."
I'll be good.
Even my dad second guessed himself when he saw Uzo.
Oh my God.
But he shook it off.
We're here.
We don't show. And that was it. The next morning, this is a guy coming from London. Yeah. 5 o'clock.
Early momo.
What's going on here? I still stayed on my bed because people don't wake up in the dark. Yeah. Before I knew it, tawaram. Someone is flogging you.
Are you flogging you up?
Up. You're still. Did you not hear the bell? Then you're suddenly told to take an iron bucket and go and collect water to bath with cold water in the dark.
And this is a place that you probably woke up even wondering where the heck you were.
Yep, absolutely. And now the first food you're eating is a big silver bowl, and then 10 people bring their plate. You know, the culture shock was, it can be traumatizing. And I know some people that their parents also didn't recover from it and are still struggling today. You know, there's a way to do it.
Yeah,
but
it has to be
yeah. So I'm about to do the same with my own children. But number one, they will just enjoy first, not this pick up, drop, buy.
Well, the circumstances are different.
Yes.
Because you had been expelled.
Yes.
So your dad was not happy at all. So
he was not
very
true.
He wasn't even trying to be nice to you.
No.
At that point.
And Uzo had also been expelled.
Exactly. So you should not have expected anything nice.
but it was.
So you finished in marriage? Did you finish in marriage?
No, 2. I only lasted. I don't know. I've always just, even now, I'm still stubborn. I question things.
Is that being stubborn though?
Well,
being curious.
We call it curious here, but in Africa they don't call it curious.
Yeah.
So after marriage, I was rebellious. Yeah. I was naughty. I was stubborn. So after marriage, 2 years, I was expelled. I was now sent to another school called TEDEM, which is Dr. Nanukebu School in Ngopala, in Merriam-Ware. And they're all the good schools.
Where is this?
So, Owerri, on your way to Aba, then you turn right at Olakwo, and you begin to enter.
Another place.
I don't know why all the good schools in the East are always in a deep village somewhere. Mary's Brothers, village. Uturu, village. Yeah. I only lasted 2 years in TEDEM.
Again.
You know what it was? That one was unfortunate. My relations, nobody came to visit me. One day I decided to go clubbing.
In this village?
No, I decided to leave the village and travel to Owerri.
To town?
To go to town. To go to Concord Hotel. And we went clubbing in a place called Octagon Nightclub. This is someone that has not been visited in 2 years.
Wow.
That day is the day my family suddenly remembered me.
To visit you?
To visit me. We are looking for Charles Emeka and Joko. Charles Emeka and Joko. Charles Emeka, where are you?
You were bubbling.
I was bubbling over
in Concord Hotel.
By the time I came back to the school, they were already
waiting.
They were already waiting for me.
Party.
So when I got to my dormitory, my bed was gone, my cupboard was gone. All my things. But then the housemaster wanted to give me a flogging.
To remind you.
So once I saw that my bed was gone, I knew I had been expelled. I said, okay, you know if you flog me. I'm no longer here.
Yeah.
Then he asked some students to chase me. I picked up
You took off.
No, I picked up a brick. Remember, I had a temper.
Yeah.
I've changed though. I'm a different guy now. But then, so that was it.
Another 2 years.
That was another 2 years. TEDEM. So JS1, JS2. In another school, you probably remember JS3, then SS1. So I've left TEDEM at SS1. I come from a family of Catholic priests and Reverend sisters. So my dad's younger brother, who's a priest, now got me into Holy Ghost Juniorate, Ihiala. So I've now done...
You've now left...
Abia State, Imo State.
You're now entering Anambra.
I'm now in Anambra State.
Yes. You.
I didn't do anything for me to be expelled at Ihiala. They just said, those that want to become Reverend Fathers, come this way. Those that don't, come this way. I didn't know that I was supposed to just pretend.
Okay.
So I was the only person standing.
On the other side.
So then I said, most of them are lying. They don't want to be. Don't question. I said, no. So they wanted to flog me, and I refused.
To be flogged?
I refused to be flogged. I said, you can't flog me. I've been honest. I've said don't want to be a priest. I like girls.
Yeah,
and you want to... So then they tried to, I refused to be flogged. So every time someone came to flog me, I'll break their cane.
And then they said, this one we can't. No.
So when I was expelled from Holy Ghost Junior at Ihiala, my uncle now had enough of me. So he took me to Father Ede.
Yes.
Remember Father Ede?
Elele, yeah.
So I lived with Father Ede for about 6 months.
Are you serious?
And the army, his Father Ede's army, flogged the hell out of me. But no other school would take me.
So that was like your last.
That was the last. So people now started saying to my dad, if you leave this guy here, you might not like
what he's going to become.
So he now said, pass your WAEC and you come back to London. I said, you're a lawyer, so documentary evidence means everything to you. Write it. So then he wrote it, said, if you pass WAEC, you come back to London. They now found me a school in my village because no other school. They bought me a white horse bicycle and I used to cycle to school every day from the village.
For this WAEC.
To study for WAEC. So all the previous studying I hadn't done in the other 5 years, I did it that 1 year. I used to lick coffee and eat cola nuts.
To stay awake.
To just cram.
Because that was passing your way out of that situation.
So when the result came out, my dad said Emeka he doesn't have the brain power for this result. But it was just a year of
focusing.
There's a goal in front of me. And that was it.
Your life. You read for your life.
I read from I love that. Ooh, that could be a book. That could be a book.
Yeah, that's what you did.
And then my dad came and got me.
So he kept his word.
He kept his word.
Yeah.
But by the time he came to get me, our British passports had expired. So it took quite a bit of time to prove that we used to be in the UK. But then I came back. But I came back very angry. 7 days after coming back from Nigeria, I moved out of my parents' house.
So you came back at how old? 15, 16?
No, I came back 17.
Okay.
17.
So you came back very angry because
very angry.
You had gone through.
Yeah.
And then 7 days after, you packed up your...
So he's now trying to be parent.
Yeah. And it doesn't work like that.
He left me on my own for 5 years. I've had to fend for myself for 5 years.
I've been parenting myself.
I've been parenting myself. That little boy you're looking for no longer exists. And, Dad tried to get physical. I'm not that small boy anymore. And I'm angry.
Yeah.
So it wasn't going to work.
For both of you under one household.
And I met this woman on the street. I moved in with her. That was the first. Yes. One Oyibo lady like that. Bless her. Just near Tesco, 7 Sisters. That was it. Imagine. And she was like 15 years older than me.
And you just wanted at that point you were
she had 2 children, and I'll be playing PlayStation with her children in the evening and then making love to her in the night time. But that was how I got out. Yeah. That was how I got out.
I mean, you did what you felt you had to do. You needed somewhere to stay, and that was where you had to stay.
So that was it. That was how I got out of my parents. But she was not a positive. She made money illegally, but she had a lot of it. So she then introduced me into a world of making money illegally.
Oh dear. So from frying pan to you now entered serious fire.
Serious fire. But there's no going back home. I'm seeing the money, but then you're exposed to a lot of consumption of alcohol. Some of them are taking... There's always been something about me and drugs that I've always said no. Like, I've always had this feeling that if I take it, I'll die. Yeah. So I've always been afraid of it.
Which is
I've always just had that feeling like if I take this thing, something's gonna happen. So I've never
maybe because you always like to be. Maybe because you were streetwise, you wanted to be in control.
I think
of
so.
Your life.
Either
whichever direction you were going at that point was irrelevant. You just wanted to be present.
Yes.
I think maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
So I would be with her and her friends. They'll be smoking. They'll be high as a kite. But I never just...
So you now entered that lifestyle.
And I entered that lifestyle.
Plenty money lifestyle.
Plenty money from an early age. Driving beautiful cars illegally, knowing... Then you could drive. You can't try it now. Then you could, drive any car. Police were not checking insurance. No driving license. You could use a credit card and buy a car.
And be moving.
Sometimes police would give us police chase. We wouldn't, just...
People were just living crazy.
Living crazy. And then after a while, I got tired of her giving me money. I wanted my own money. But I had been observing, I had been watching, and I learned how to make the money they were making. But it comes with a level of violence, comes with a being open and welcome to a lot of aggression. So that was that. The mistake she made was she took me to a club one day, and then I saw girls my age. And that was when I said, what am I doing with this woman?
Mama Lolo.
that was the mistake. She said
she knew that was a wrong move.
It was just like, because before then, it had never dawned on me that this woman was 15 to 17 years older than me. It was normal.
You were just there.
I was just there.
Yeah.
And then, let's go clubbing.
You now saw Umo chicks. Your age mates.
I was like, wow.
And so
that relationship ended. Yes.
You now started making your own money.
Yes. So,
and then from there, what happened?
So living an illegal life was the norm. We slept in the daytime and we were awake at night.
Doing whatever.
I was also able to get a flat from the council. That's when councils used to give flats.
Now
those
they
were,
don't give you anything.
No, those were the good times where the council would say, do you want it? And I was like, think about it. Like, do you want it or don't you want it? I was like, Key. And that's how I got a flat. That's how I got my first flat in Shoreditch. Just
like that.
Just like that. They were giving flats then.
Yeah.
Take.
So you just moved in and continued
continued my life. And then I continued that life. It was a life of illegality, fraud, money laundering, deception, drugs, nightlife. And then what really changed things? For those that don't believe in God, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it will resonate.
Because I don't think we're smart enough to orchestrate our life on our own.
And navigate everything.
There has to be
a higher power.
Something somewhere
superior.
Assisting.
Yes.
Because, first of all, I got a job in Dixon's. But remember, I already understand how crime works. So all I did in Dixon's,
you utilized.
I just used to tell people, come here.
Yeah.
Come with your fake credit cards. But I met one lady who came in and she said, "You look Igbo."
Really?
Tonna. Her name is Tonna Ajoko now. Her name was Tonna Ihagwam. She said, "You look Igbo. You should come to this Igbo meeting." I ain't got time for all these Igbos.
Yeah. And also, I'm sure your what you had gone through that in the East was not even you were not trying to deal with Igbos.
So she invited me. I didn't go for many months, but she kept on checking in. And I thought, it was every second Sunday of the month. Well, let me visit this thing. Went to a meeting. But within a week, I went to prison. So
after going for that meeting,
yeah, I went to that meeting. I also went to church. I went to KICC when it used to be in Hackney.
And this meeting was what organization?
The Igbo Cultural and Support Network, ICSN.
ICSN. So you went to ICSN.
So I went to ICSN. I went to ICSN and I went to KICC. So in a week, I had seen professional, upwardly mobile, focused, positive black people for probably the first time in my life. Unlike me, black people like me,
that look like
but
you.
They were not doing what I was doing.
Yeah, they look like you, but they were living different from you.
And then number two, on a Sunday evening, I decided to go, and it was like, that day I went to KICC, there was nobody else there. The message was for me. And it was talking about changing your choices, and it was talking about habits, attitude, actions, and beliefs. The message was so strong that when I left KICC, I drove to the first off license because I needed to drown out.
It was too much. It was too heavy.
It was too heavy. I had just bought another car. And then I had a car accident on the A12 that evening.
That same day?
That same day. Because I left there, it was raining a bit. After church, me and this same Uzo that was in
the bad Uzo.
So he had his car, I had my car, and we're racing. And it's raining.
Just leaving.
The car flips over. I hit my chest on the dashboard. Little injuries, but I leave the car there. Jump into Uzo's car, and we continue to the house party.
To a house party.
To a house party. So you can imagine. Car flipped.
And you just came out.
Uzo parked his car on the hard shoulder, rushed back, saw me, helped me out. I just took my things in the car, left the car there.
Yeah.
And we continued to the house party. Because I knew I was going to court the next day. Marylebone Magistrates Court. And because I had been to court so many times before, community service, fines.
Yes.
I'd become used to it.
Suspended sentence.
Bruv, I'll be back in a few hours. So when I went to Marylebone Magistrates Court that day, I thought it was going to be the normal in and out. And then the judge said, well, clearly, we've tried everything with you and nothing seems to work.
You have no regard for anything.
You know, let's see how a custodial. I'm like, what's a custodial sentence?
Yeah.
You'll be going to Wandsworth.
Hey, Wandsworth.
What are you talking about?
Are you serious?
And take him down.
That was it.
So it still hasn't registered yet.
Yeah.
You know, was take him down. Bam,
Take him down to where?
You know, took me down, sitting in the cells.
Yes, to the cells.
All right, mate. Do you want a cup of tea? No. When am I going? You know.
Yeah.
We'll take it when all the court cases are finished. We'll drive
all of you together.
I said, you still hasn't, you know.
Wandsworth.
And then they brought me some lasagna, one of these packet frozen lasagnas. And then about 6 o'clock,
they
gathered us up, put us in one of those prison vans.
Yes.
We dropped off some prisoners at Brixton Prison. And I'm looking out the window. I'm like,
where
is this real?
Yeah.
It's because it's not real.
Because you were not mentally prepared.
It can't be. Me? How? It's not happening. And then after they dropped some prisoners at Brixton Prison, we continued to Wandsworth. And then when we got to Wandsworth,
you saw your home.
They started telling me to take my clothes off. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, mate. And they're putting my things in a bag. G-Wing.
That's how that would be your home for.
So, yeah. Okay. When they turned off those lights that first night,
you understood.
Yeah. Even talking about it now, it
halted you. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you were there for how long?
2 years.
2 whole years in Wandsworth.
So, but once again, God has, let me say God, because God has always positioned my first few weeks in Wandsworth. I had a guy who was a heroin addict.
Okay.
So at night time, he would start, because he had no access to drugs. So he would start hitting his head against the wall. He would start punching the wall. He'd start screaming. He'd start crying. And me seeing somebody cold turkey, I wasn't scared of anything before, but then seeing somebody lose, and then I just pressed the alarm bell, and I said, I can't stay here no more. So they now moved me into another cell. To cut the long story short, the person they moved me into a cell with, his name is Steve McCauley. Steve was a professional criminal. And he's actually the grandson of Herbert McCauley.
Really?
But he was in foster care.
Okay, so he didn't have...
No.
Okay, with that family.
But he now started mentoring me and said, when you get out of here, you're not coming back. When you get out of here, he would put me under the bed and make me use the bed for bench press and push. He said, I'm going to make hair so uncomfortable for you.
You don't want
that
to
you
ever
never, ever want. He said, I've done this for the last 20 years. He said, I can't change now. He said, but he said, you're not a bad man. You just were looking for opportunities. So for that period I was there, Steve really helped me. Nobody in prison was able to touch me because Steve had a reputation. Steve was one of the, what you would call, the bosses in Wandsworth at the time. So
Oh my! See how life happens.
Yes.
Because you could have been. Things could have been.
it could have been really rough.
You could have come out.
You know, the rule number one, first thing Steve said to me is, you're going to have a fight in here.
Really?
The first fight is always important because then everyone knows to leave you alone. If you cower or look scared or shake, then you become easy prey. Okay. So the first one, even if you don't know how to fight.
Just fight.
Just fight. Swing your hands. It will get broken up at some point and everyone will go, leave him alone. But if you act scared, you cry,
they'll come for you.
That you're going to be somebody's prey. So you fight.
So in that 2 years that you were in prison, did anybody have contact with you? I mean, your family?
Yeah, after, eventually, you know, you can imagine the son of a barrister, the shame, the embarrassment. You know,
so you came out.
I think my parents, even now, my mom was still. I say, Mom, but look at how God is good. No. She goes, no. Were you not raised well? Did we not try? She still says, explain to me how, why.
It must be heartbreaking. For
yeah.
Parents. But sometimes you have to go through.
We come from a culture where embarrassment, shame, my child is doing better than your child, or look at what my child is up to. Everyone's competing
and comparing.
So that doesn't help things.
So you came out.
I came out, but while I was in, I had already, I think the first book I read was Tupac's book. So Steve started getting me reading. And because remember, you're locked in the cell for 23 hours, you either contemplate suicide or you keep your mind busy. Keep busy. So I decided to keep busy. I didn't complete the 2 years because I had just registered for university at the time. Not that I planned to go, but and the reason why I struggled at university was I did law at Middlesex University for a year. I realized it wasn't for me. Then I applied to do international business. And one of the questions in the book says, how many of your lecturers have ever run a business? Me and my curious self, I went around to my lecturers.
And none of them had?
None of them.
But
so I'm like,
business.
You can't help me. So from that point onwards, I wasn't really interested in uni. But let's stay here to keep mum and dad happy. I've already, given them such a bad time. This degree might make them feel a little bit happy. So that was that. Came back, started going to KRCC, started going to ICSN.
Wow.
That was the beginning of the change, and this is how we are.
Wow. This story, anybody looking at you, I mean, obviously, we can see that I wouldn't agree with that stubborn. I would say curious. But anybody looking at you would not even know that you even have that backstory. One thing I didn't say, which I'm going to say now, there was also a lot of abuse, child abuse, sexual abuse in Nigeria. And even before we went to Nigeria. So that's why I'm very passionate about people being careful. None of my children have ever spent a night in another person's house because people have to be careful where they leave their kids and who they leave their kids with. You don't know. All these aunties and uncles. Everybody's auntie and uncle.
You don't know. You think you know who somebody is.
And that's a big thing, and I thank you for even sharing.
You think you know. So that caused its own, and it's probably it's taken a lot of work to. Before a small thing, I could go from 0 to 100 in a few seconds. Temper, rage. And my parents were like, "Why are you so angry?" I couldn't tell them.
You couldn't. Yes.
And then there was one day me and my dad got into it. And I now told them what happened. But I didn't tell them who.
Because that person
was a family member.
Yes. That person will be dead.
And my mum was like, tell me. I said, I can't. So it is very hard to rob a bank without inside information.
True.
So it's usually the people that are closest to you that can cause you the most harm.
True.
And once a child has been tampered with or has lost their innocence, it could take them their whole lifetime.
You can't get it back. First of all, you can never get it back, and then you don't know how it's going to affect
them.
Yeah, and how it will show up. Down there.
So mine showed up in anger, rage. Mine showed up in I will never let another soul ever bully me again. So the moment I see someone being bullied,
even when they're not,
even when they're not, I'm going to.
Yeah.
Hence why you'll probably always see me back the underdog. People are like, oh, why did you support Peter Obidrin? He's the underdog.
Yes.
I hate bullying. Or if you say to me, oh, you can't do this, we're gonna find out.
Yeah. It's happening. So, I mean, it's good that you've turned it into a positive.
Yes.
But that's not the story a lot of people.
No.
And this thing about sexual abuse is just so many people growing up, all these family members, and all these African parents, aunties and uncles.
There are people that sometimes message me and say that this is what I've been through. I've mentioned it to my parents, and my parents have said, "Don't ever mention this again."
Don't even say that. Yeah.
So
that's something that we need to, we need to look into properly.
Culture, tradition plays a strong role in helping us, but it also plays a strong role sometimes in hurting us.
True. True.
Because nobody wants to be the poster child. Nobody wants to be the person used for beer parlor conversations, as we say.
And also, if you're a child who is seen as stubborn, rebellious, whatever the word is, sometimes when you share those things, parents are still fixated on the trouble that you think that you're giving them, that sometimes they don't even sit back, especially the older generation.
Exactly.
I think we're doing a better job now.
Absolutely.
But our parents, that generation, they're not, they minimize those things, or they just, maybe they're not equipped to even deal with it.
Absolutely. So, if you remember, I left my mum's house and I went to live with a woman that was 15 to 17 years older than me.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
That's what I was already used to.
Yes. Okay, so that's how it played.
You see?
Yeah, the link.
So, because people used to be like, bro, what are you doing?
But you were comfortable.
That's all I know.
Yes. Okay.
My sexual experiences are with people that are 15, 20 years older than me.
Yeah, so that's
from 9 years of age and from 13, 14 years of age. So, when I was now making my own choice,
you would, of course, that's where you would go.
That's where I would go.
Yeah.
As sad as it may seem, it's probably why my mind is the way it is, because I've always heard older conversations from a very young age. I've always been comfortable around older people. When my peers are talking about, oh, the latest this, my mind was never, I was always caught up in adult conversations, and still to today.
And even a lot of your behaviors were seen as you being stubborn.
Yes.
For a child of your age, it would seem like that.
It would be so. Yes.
Really like, you were not that age.
I was questioning things.
You were older than that.
I was, much older. And then also when we were in Nigeria, who's in the village? Old men.
It's true.
So
Papa,
yes. It was Papa and they're Papa and they're this and they're that. So I was surrounded by. Hence why the book I'm writing now is the proverbs that I heard from those old men. Mama this, and there was no young people in the village.
True.
So those were where so all things work together for good.
Yes.
But at the time, what did they say? What the enemy meant for evil, God turned it around for good.
True.
So
so we're going to talk about your books. Yeah. So we've talked about, obviously, you growing up. You growing up, we talked about what you do, going into schools, talking to people. The other thing that you do is you're an author, which I didn't even know today. I saw your
the preview.
The preview of the Proverbs book, and I was thinking, oh, this is exciting, but I didn't even know that was not your first.
No. So the first book is called Against All Odds.
Against All Odds.
Against All Odds, Back from the Point of No Return, which simply walks you through my life, how I live my life on the streets. I had 2 murder attempts on my life just before going to prison, coming out of prison, and then starting that journey with the assistance and aid of Richie Dyer Johnson, Charles Kieran, and a lady called Atiti Shosimi.
Okay.
She's the one that taught me how to write.
Okay.
So that's Against All Odds. Then the second book is called Build Castles, Don't Dig Graves.
Okay.
So Build Castles simply talks about your mindset, your belief system, and how you can change that. We have our conscious mind and we have our subconscious mind. So whatever you feed yourself most of, that is what's going to come out. What goes in determines what comes out. So you have to be mindful, and especially with this social media generation, your algorithm will tell you, your adverts will tell you where you spend your time.
Yeah.
So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to check your algorithms. If it's all you're seeing is people doing Afrobeat dances, that's where you're spending your time. Or twerking, or this challenge, or that shows you where you're spending your time. And all you have to do is take the next 24 hours and just search for that thing that you say you want.
And then go stay on that path.
And stay on that path, and it will start changing. So,
so that's the second one.
A couple of things change who you are as a person, what you read, who you associate with, what you listen to, and what you watch. Those are the things that will change how you see life and how you see yourself. But everything it's first an inside job. So people say to me, how are you able to be where you are now based on who you used to be? A mind that has been expanded can never return to its previous form. So what you immerse yourself in will determine what the outcome will be. Had to cut off a lot of people. I still cut off people.
That's a big one, because I do that too.
You have to.
Yeah, I really do that. And I don't even care how the person feels. I feel like you being in my life is not making me comfortable with where I want to be or what I stand for. Then you've got to go.
You've got to go.
So that was the second book.
So the Build Castles, Don't Dig Graves was the second book. I believe the third book was Yes, You Can. That was around when Obama was... So it's just a book about believing in yourself. I wrote a book called Caged Behind Bricks and Steel, which is about my prison experience. Then I wrote a book called It Pays to Pray. Prayer helped me deal with a lot of... Just spending about a year or two just praying on a regular basis helped me to deal with a lot of the things I was carrying on the inside. It Pays to Pray. What was after that? It might be Remember. No, Trigger Happy and Dangerous. Yeah. Trigger Happy and Dangerous was talking a little bit about I used to... Sometimes my wife says to me, she goes, I can't recognize the person. When you're in a certain environment for 2-3 years, it becomes your norm. If you're also put in an environment
totally
different for 2-3 years, it'll become your norm too.
True.
Whatever it is, you want to be a successful entrepreneur, surround yourself with people.
Yeah.
It will just become normal. Once upon a time, someone says, I made £1,000 today. Once upon a time, that would be so alien. It'd be like, what do you mean? How?
Yeah, is that even...
Then you start hanging around people that made £5,000 today. Some of my mentors will say, buddy, I'm going away for 3 days. I'm going to deliver training, £12,000. I've put £1,400 in your account because you introduced
me to.
So it's just association.
Yes.
Association, and then the information you consume. So
that's Trigger
Happy and Dangerous.
Okay.
I think after Trigger Happy and Dangerous, it may have been Remember. So Remember is about the things you know to do that you don't do, that if you were to do them, you'd be in a very different place.
Okay.
There are things we know to do. 15 minutes of reading a day will change your vocabulary in the next 60 days. We know this, but we don't do it. if I jog for 30 minutes every day for the next 30 days, my body will change. If I do 10 press-ups every day for the next 10 days, my body will change. If I eat more vegetables and fruits, you know, I know that my immune system will be stronger. If I drink more water, as you're drinking right now, I know that it gives my body more opportunity to flush. Whatever it is, there are things we know to do. We know that we should sleep for a good, but sometimes we just don't do them. We know that certain people shouldn't be. So it's just a book about reminding you of the things that you know to do that you don't do.
Okay, that's remember.
Then we had 2023, we had the elections in Nigeria. And I was fortunate enough to work with Peter Obi and host all these events. And then I just looked at the man, analyzed the man, and was able to sit with him. And so I wrote a book really talking about Peter Obi's message and why I felt he was the right candidate to lead Nigeria forward. We fought hard. We fought very hard.
Yes, absolutely.
And I would do it all over again. But also observing him and watching him, he's a remarkable human being. He really is. And this is not because I wanted him. He has the ability to be, somebody will insult him and abuse him. Remember, my instinct is you insult me or abuse me, I will confront you.
It's going down.
And he just has this way. And at first it used to irritate me, like, what's wrong with you? You know? But he had this tunnel vision and he has this unique ability to be able to shake off attacks from all corners and just stay on message. And I thought, how much problems would I not be in if I just had that skill?
All of us, actually.
You know,
just shake off.
Just shake off and keep moving.
Stay focused on your goal.
So that's really, it's a unique skill to have.
So what's that book called?
What is that book called?
I'm gonna Google it because I think I saw it. Because you know what, you're gonna send me.
Can you imagine that?
No, but what you're gonna do is when we finish, you need to send me
a link.
Just all the names and the links because we will forget. See, that's what happens when you have too many books.
But it's sad that you know what it is? I think after the election, I think I was heartbroken.
You just...
Yeah.
So we're looking for the name of that one. And so the next book is this Proverbs book. Is that
So the next book is the Proverbs book.
Okay.
Because everything is written... It's called Hope for a Nation. I haven't found it, but it's just
Hope for a Nation. So old age is what made you forget the name of that book?
You know what it is because you do it, you move on.
You know what? I love when people forget things because that's what I'm dealing with now at this age.
Really?
I forget things. I forget my PIN number. Yeah, with this age and women and what goes on with our bodies when we get to a certain age. Menopause, by the way. I'm forgetting things that the easiest... Look, how would you forget the name, the title?
Hope for a Nation.
Hope for a Nation. Okay.
Because I'm also... I think how my dad raised us, he never let us celebrate anything.
Really?
You have a master's degree.
So we should start jumping.
You know. So today's my birthday.
Yes, I saw it and I nearly passed out.
You know, and people are like, you're working today? Yes.
Yeah.
That's one area of my life that I need to learn to... I don't know how to celebrate anything. So if you notice earlier on when you were going, like, next... You didn't
even... Because, guys, let me just tell you people. I messaged this man. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I sent you a message saying, oh, we need to meet up. And I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday before.
Yeah, or the day before. And I said, when are you free? And you said Saturday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I was like, because one of my main things is not to procrastinate. That's what I'm now doing. I'm making sure that I don't, because that used to be me. And that's why it took this podcast all these years to come out. This podcast thing, I kept procrastinating. So anyway, he says Saturday. I was like, Saturday as in this Saturday. He was like, yes.
Yep.
Then I wake up and I see birthday posts. I'm like, you mean this guy agreed to do this podcast session on his birthday?
Yep.
Because me, I don't play with my birthday. My birthday.
We know you don't.
Days before.
We know you don't play with your birthday.
From days before and days after,
Yeah.
I will be celebrating. that's something you need to change, please.
We'll get there.
You don't know. It's not about we'll get there. We don't know. People keep saying we'll get there. We don't know what. We don't even know if we're promised tomorrow.
I know, but you know something as well. There's 3 F's on how you should choose a career. The first F is fun. The second F is fulfillment. The third F is finances. Every single day, I get those 3 F's met.
Okay.
So some people go. So, for example, when I leave you now, I don't want nobody. So I'm always, event. An event, good time. Even if I've got stuff going on, I'm going to be in a crowd of people that are happy. So I spend more time in happy. Yeah, we do some funeral receptions every once in a while. But generally...
You're celebrating.
And you've also got to remember... So people go, why'd you work so hard? Part of it is I recognize and realize that I wasted many years. I'm sure you can leave off one of the F's.
I'm sure,
yeah, we will. Everyone is working on something.
We'll work on that one.
Yeah.
So the last book is the Proverbs, because that one is really good.
So the last book is called Ilulu Ne Nana. So it's the Proverbs. It's not my mum. It's not my dad's. It is the Proverbs of our mothers and our fathers. So being an Igbo person, even as a child, my parents used to speak to me, and they would usually start the statements with "Papamse," "Mamamse," which means my father used to say or my mum used to say, and then you're waiting for what did they say, and then it would be a story,
Yeah.
And they would then give you an Igbo proverb. They would say, let me think of one now. Let me think of 1 or 2 from the book. Let's go with, see my mind? See that mine is not...
I saw...
I've been putting a couple of them.
Yes, you have. Look you up and see what you've been telling us. Let me see. My Igbo...
Ono kurunjo gekumma. And that relates to me in a big way because I gave a lot of problems. So like in my community now, especially, but they're like, is this the same Emeka? So we have 100 proverbs in that book. And each of those problems gives you, after I tell you what the problem is, I give you the English interpretation.
Let us say what the proverb is.
So the proverb is there.
Yes.
And then I give you the interpretation in English.
Yes.
And then I create a bit of a scenario that tells you how it will help you in living your life. So,
wow.
So
it's not just about the proverbs.
No.
It's also, wow.
No. So you'll get the So, for example, okay, where are we? Let me go to. Here we go. So here's a couple that I sent to my kindred. Here we go. So there's one. Can you give it a go?
I don't have my glasses, but I read Igbo. Ewu Noba Jiabo.
Oh, your Igbo.
No, my Igbo is good, but you know this thing.
Ngwana.
Ewu Nobaji.
Nobaji, yes.
Ewu Nobaji.
Oboho. Oboha guru.
Okay. Because yes. Because I understand this one.
Yeah. Let me give you another one.
What is this one? I like this one. Ihojo bafo. Bafo.
Oburo menala.
So something bad
happens. No one challenges it. Everyone goes along with it. It becomes tradition and culture. It becomes the norm.
Yes.
So we need to.
Yes. I like this. I like the you explaining.
So you see this one? Troy Woji Mbwehede.
Yes.
Look for the black goat while there is still daylight.
Yes.
Because once it gets dark, you won't be able to see it. Which is simply telling you, make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah.
You know, take advantage of opportunities, promptly explore opportunities.
Ara nobi adeyesoku.
Ara nobi.
Okay, ara nobi.
Ada hesoku. They are too close to each other to have problems. So be careful how you fight with your family members. Because they say, Anya bewe, imie bewe. When the eyes start crying, the nose will follow. Affected. You're affected.
Yeah.
You know. There's another one that says, Ihere anaheme onyara, all 1 year.
Yes.
So what somebody else does in the family will affect you whether you like it or not.
It will.
So be mindful of your actions and choices. So that's the summary of this.
So when is this? When do we? Because this one, I already have people that I need to order them.
So this one was, as you know, we're here in the diaspora. This book is really for people in the diaspora in the West. But they still want to get some form of a connection to where they come from. Across the whole of Igbo land, the proverbs we all use the same proverbs, irrespective of what state you come from. You know, so what I've tried to do is mix the book. So some are in Anambra dialect, somewhere in Central Igbo.
That's why reading it, I'm like,
you know. So where we say Ihe, Anambra will say Ife.
Yes.
You know, Ihoma, Ifoma.
Yes.
You know.
No, this would be
so within the next, without putting too much pressure on my wife, because how our books work is, I just pour. She creates, so all those covers that you've seen, she creates them. So once we've posted it, we take the feedback from everybody, and then we then work on the covers, and then she then does all the proofreading, the editing, and then
everything.
And then she just. So my job is just to create.
So you think in a few months?
No. We never do anything in months. In a few weeks.
Oh, weeks.
Yeah, we don't remember. Strike the rod while the iron is hot. Do it now. So hence why when you said, you know, when we do the podcast,
quick.
You said I'm going away. No.
Where would it be? Amazon. Good.
Amazon.
I'm gonna look out for
Amazon
and the other books, and I'll put the link. I would put the names.
Yeah.
And then people can just search. Okay.
So yeah.
So we've done the author bit, and then the last one.
The last book, which I'm writing a book at the moment called With Love from Dad. So it's everything I want my children to know. I plan to be here for a long time, but if I'm not for any reason, if you want to know what Dad would think about this is it. Here it is. But it's not just for my children. It's for their generation and those. It could be for an adult, you know. So it's anything that their dad would want them to know that will help them navigate as they go through life.
That would be good.
One of those things in that book is question things. Even if it comes from a family member, even if it comes from me. One of the things about the Jewish community, which I've learned, is they even teach their children to question their faith, which we don't always do. You know, so I'm teaching them question things. Someone told you this. Why? It's okay to respectfully. Why? You know. You know, you've all heard the story of the man that said to his wife, when you fry bacon, why do you always cut it into two? And the wife said, I don't know. My mum always used to. Then he said, mother-in-law, when you fry bacon, she said, I don't know. And she said, my mum. And then they went 4 generations, and the great-grandmother said, well, back then the frying pan was really small, so we had to cut it into. So you can see there are so many things that we do, and we just keep doing it because somebody before us did it. Autopilot. Yeah. We don't question. We don't check. Like I was saying to you before, in my mind, I thought I knew how I could make money. It was either security, cleaning, menial jobs. I never understood there is something called manpower and there is something called mind power. So everything I knew, you have to be, you know. I remember when I first started emceeing, my mum was like, who would pay you?
To come and
just get what do you have to say?
What do you have to tell them?
What do you have to tell them? So, and she would say, that's why there are problems in Nigeria, because people will just be throwing money, wasting money at Bogi, Gabi, you know.
And now look.
But you know, now she's like, she will still never say, oh, I'm proud of you.
So let's talk about this your MCN, because that's the only child, Emeka, that I know. So today I've learned so much about you, and I can't wait to go back and listen to this episode, because then I always go and listen back, and I listen in my car.
And you said it was going to be an hour, but me and you were just flowing, and it's been great.
I know you have
it's all right. I got 2 hours.
Okay, so the MC. So how did you just dabble into? How did you fall into that? So
my dad was a lawyer, and I used to see him host events in the UK for his community. Igbo elders, this one, that one. So I'd seen it. Remember, we're all shadowing behavior. In 2003, a cousin of mine died, Andrew Wachuku, and Yvonne Ofonagoro, who you know, said, "Oh, can you be the MC?" So I just said to myself, "Okay, how do I make this event not like every other funeral we've been to?" So I got some music, wrote a speech, told everybody to hold hands, and then people were like, "Wow, you're really?" I said, "Good at what?" You know, because I was just doing, you know, I was just doing an event. And then people said, "You might want to consider being an MC." I said, "What's an MC?" And I went home, didn't know quite sure what was an MC. Then, like I said as well, during that period, I met Richie Dio Johnson. And he now started inviting me. So I was watching and observing, and I was watching and observing. Then he invited me to an organization called Toastmasters International. So it was just from there. And then someone said, "Could you MC my wedding?" Okay. How much do you charge? £40. Okay, yeah, sure. So £40, a can of Coke, some jollof rice.
Yeah, and you were good.
I was good. Next one, oh, you're good. £60, 80, 120, 240.
And that's how you.
And then, so this year, I will travel to 17 different countries to MC events.
Wow.
So
see how life works.
God is good.
Can you employ me? I'll just carry your.
Carry my suitcase. So the MCing has afforded me to see places that I would never ever have gone to. Not too long ago, I was in Croatia. It wasn't somewhere that would ever be on my mind. Dubai multiple times, Malta, Spain, Italy. So in all things, I have to give thanks, because a lot of people have helped me along the way. Also, we have to thank God for good health.
True.
Which we sometimes take for granted.
Yes.
Because at the moment, I'm trying to build an online business, because the physical energy is a lot. With age. When I first started, the reason why I got so popular was I used to dance. I used to dance the whole event.
Are you serious?
I used to sweat and everything. The dancing MC. I would dance from the moment, because you want to pay me to dance? We dance for free. So that was how everyone knew me. I would dance. I'll be dancing with the microphone. Somebody pay me 120.
Yeah, you now
and,
be dancing.
And now dancing.
Yeah.
Now,
No.
I would dance, but
energy style.
Energy style,
I think
so. Now we just get the people to come and do the dancing
and do small.
And do small. No, we still shake, because if I'm not enjoying it, then I'm not going to be able to
get others to join it. Yeah, that's amazing. I think that you are. I'm not saying it's because you're here, but you do.
We try our best. I think because I think I probably cut you off again.
No. We're talking.
I just did that thing again where like you were about to say something nice about me, and I just like.
Listen, we're talking.
It's a unique position to be in, to be out and about on a regular basis where people are having a good time
and just meeting people. Because I think for my 50th, I wasn't going to have an MC. I said to my sister, "No, we'll just figure it out."
Yeah.
She was like, "You need an MC." And honestly, I'm telling you, after that 50th, I was like, "What was I even thinking?"
Yeah, a lot that happens to a lot of people. It happens to a lot of people. Like, what do I need an MC for?
I said, we'll figure it out. I said, I will just tell people, okay, it's time to eat, it's time to dance. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
So it's what you do is fantastic, and you do it so well, and you do it so effortlessly, and you're firm with timings and things.
Yeah.
But you're also flexible. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Practice. So because also I spent time in Nigeria, I'm able, for example, when your dad was able to break the colon, I understand what he's doing. So I'm able to explain to those that don't understand.
Yes.
And give it to them in a way that then it becomes palatable for them.
For them, yeah.
You know. But reading helps. Because the more you read, the larger your vocabulary is. The larger your vocabulary is, the easier it is for words to flow freely. Yeah. So we say, the more you learn, the more you earn.
Yeah.
Readers are leaders. Read.
I need to start reading. I think because
read.
I read so much from work.
That you don't have the time.
I don't want to even see
other words. Yeah.
I don't want to see any books.
Seven. Even if it's 5 to 7 pages.
True.
Of your own thing.
True.
5 to 7. They say the average human being uses the same 300 words the whole of their life.
Really?
People that read on a regular basis build a vocabulary of about 3,200 words.
Really?
So sometimes
I need to get to it.
Yeah, but you're probably there already. Really? It's just because if you're reading for work, you're building that vocabulary. But I guess at a certain level, you're seeing the same words over and over and over again.
The same subject matter. Yeah. Okay. I think before we round up, I have two things. We talked about people that you said helped you along the way. Can we just talk a bit about how you met them, or if you want to give them a bit of appreciation?
Okay.
Because I know that before this we talked about them.
Yeah. 3 people. I always say to people, my parents gave birth to me, but other men and women raised me. Not because my parents just were not equipped to deal with a guy. Yeah, they didn't understand how to deal with. They did their best. Yeah. From a young age, I was always attracted to success. So if you were going to help me change, I needed to see that you were successful.
Makes sense.
So dress well, look well, smell good. And 2 individuals that have been majorly, one is late now. I call him the late, great Richie Dio Johnson, who is the one that saw me in my roughest, raggediest form and was able to see the king in me and started to help me to silence the fool. Because I was still wearing jeans, Timberlands,
just being
sagging,
being road.
Young man, there's a diamond in you. Young man, you're like, what are you talking about? He was patient. He was consistent.
Because that's important.
Yes, because I don't want to, I'm not answering your calls.
Yes.
Don't call me, don't bother me. What are you disturbing me for? Back off, leave me alone. I'm happy where I am.
Yeah.
I'm cool in Hackney. I don't need to come to Surrey.
Yeah.
I want to be where I am. Young man, look, with a toastmaster. I don't want, But he kept on calling. He had no business
doing all that.
No. But he stuck with it.
And you met him where? You bumped into him where?
I bumped into him at ICSN. He came to speak.
Oh, wow.
ICSN. So he came to speak at ICSN on business etiquette. At that time, the business coordinator. And ICSN also has helped me greatly. So I came out of prison. ICSN was still in its formative stages then. Then I became a member of the cultural subcommittee. And then I've pretty much held almost every single role in ICSN.
ICSN is amazing. They're doing so much. So much.
So from cultural coordinator to social I was the first business director at ICSN. Then I became the assistant network director. Then I became the network director. So the guy that went to prison has now, so for life, as long as I'm living, I will eternally be grateful to ICSN.
And ICSN is, I'm going to post, that goes out in a few days, the post with about ICSN. So Ricky is one person, bless his soul, he's passed away. Who else?
So Richie Dio Johnson, Charles Ajayi Kiran.
Okay.
Most people in the Nigerian community would know Charles Kiran. You know Charles Kiran?
No.
You don't know Charles Kiran?
No.
Okay.
I may know I may know his I may know his face.
See, I don't know why I think like
everybody
you're connected to...
I am not connected to most people.
I'm sure you know Charles Kiran.
I'll see. Maybe if I see his face. So there's Richie and there's Charles. I need to wear my glasses. Old age is a bad thing. Oh. Okay, I think I know his face, but I don't know. Okay,
Okay.
this, yeah. Okay.
So
Charles.
So Richie, Charles Kieran. So Richie put the skill in me, the communication skill, but I still had financial frustrations. And I was tempted many times. I knew how to make money illegally.
Sharp.
This man kept on, stay with it. Stay with it. It's going to happen. It's, anger, frustration. Temptation. What is all this? And I had women leave me because I wasn't delivering financially. Let me just say it as it is. You know who you are. I won't call your names.
She better be listening.
I remember when I got engaged to my wife, she said to me, what does your fiance have that I don't? And I said, the Bible says a wise woman builds her home with her hands, but tears it down with her mouth.
True.
So at that time, all I needed was encouragement.
And you couldn't.
But once again, you can't give what you don't have. So looking back now, I understand.
Yeah.
But at that time,
it hit you hard.
It hit me. Yeah. There was another one left me, and she had every reason. Because if my daughter, one of my daughters was to come with me, then if I tear that guy's slap. So they were right to move on. Their rejection was valid. Their rejection was valid. But it got me to the point where things were so bad. I was saying, God, kill me or change my life because I can't continue like this.
The other way.
My mom's always going to church. Doing prayers. Nah. I even send money to Nigeria so that they should pray for you.
They should be praying there. We'll be praying here.
So things were so bad for so long. So people look at me now. I've only not been broke now for, I'm talking about
flat out.
Because the broke was bad. The broke was
crying.
No. Some people have never known broke. I'm talking broke whereby which I was living in South London and I would jog to my mum's house in North London to eat and then jog back.
Are you serious? Yeah. That type of...
Because, remember, I've already gone to prison. So the normal route that the next person can take, I can't.
You've already burnt that bridge.
I've burnt that bridge. I go for an interview and then there's a question at the bottom. Is there anything you've done in the past that we need to take into consideration? Well, clearly. So...
You declare.
So... I am the perfect definition when the Bible says your gift shall make room for you. But that gift, to polish it, takes time. Richard Dyer Johnson used to say, Charles, be willing to speak for free to get paid in the future. Be willing to speak for free. Oh God, how long am I going to keep speaking for free?
You're talking.
And nobody's paying me. But all things work. When it's time,
it will happen. It will come together.
You just don't know when the time is.
Yeah.
You sow the seed and you water. You just don't know
when it's gonna
where God will cross his hands. You have no idea. Just keep doing the right things. I promise you, at some point,
something must happen.
It will come up.
Yeah.
When? I don't know. When we talk about the carrot, it's growing deep in the soul for a long time before we start seeing the head come up. So every day that you choose to invest in your mind, something is happening on the inside. You just can't see it yet.
You just can't. So what you're just saying, I'm just looking at you because it just resonates so deeply because I had this conversation with my child. She's doing this, she has this hair business. And she was saying to me today, Mom, all my money is going into this hair business. Nothing is happening. I just said, Mama, just hang in there.
Something is happening.
Sometimes you do hair, they now want a refund. You know, so she's getting frustrated today in the car when I was taking her to yet another job. I just said to her, just hang in there. Like this thing.
Something is happening.
All her money has gone into it. I said, this thing, it will happen. Just hang in there.
Absolutely. Because what she's doing is she's building a body of work. She's building experience. All of those things at some point. So, for example, there are MCs that charge £200. And some people, what's different between you and them? Experience. I can guarantee an outcome of your event.
Yeah.
Even if the power goes. Experience.
Yeah.
So if she stays with it and sticks with it and keeps pressing and keeps pushing,
it must.
One day, How many times does a baby fall down?
It's true.
We don't know. How many times does somebody try to learn to ride a bike before they learn to ride a bike? We don't know. But if she sticks with it and stays with it and keep doing the things she knows to do, she will be a suddenly.
Yeah.
And people, she just got lucky. No. She's got a catalogue of challenges and issues.
And refunds.
Refunds. Yeah, there's a time people, I've been at events before where they say, yeah, don't worry, we'll pay you when you get there.
You get there.
And they say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to embarrass this crew. There's been times where you don't get paid.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Then you learn. Then you enclose into your contract.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what
72 hours before, sometimes, even like on the way here now, someone said, if we pay you now, how do we know you're going to show up? I said, my name is Charles Emeka.
Yeah, why would I want to drag
No, what do you mean? I goes, that's
the guarantee I'm giving you.
That's the guarantee. My brand and my name is more important than your event. So if she stays with it, she must, not might, must
reap.
There's another ilulu that says pam 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 ka ite jeju, which means it's drop by drop that the container will fill
up. That's true.
And once it fills up,
that's it.
It spills over.
I'll make sure she will listen to this.
Right now, I have 25 bookings. But once upon a time, I would do one MC. I would go and wash plates somewhere. I would do one MC. I would go and
they'll
do
pay you
somewhere.
50 pounds. You'll be very happy.
Some people didn't pay.
You were still doing it.
You still, So let her just stick with
it.
Be consistent, and stay focused.
Yeah.
That's clearly where her gift is.
Yeah.
If she sticks with it, it's only a matter of time.
She will listen to this.
It's only a matter. I don't care what it is that you do. Some people say, I know I won't be the same 6 months from now. Why? Because there are certain things I'm doing that won't allow me. I will keep on reading. This is not music. These are audio books. So anywhere I'm going, if I'm not driving, I'm feeding. Because what goes in determines what comes out. So you got to keep feeding the soul. What is the soul? Your mind, your will, your intellect, and your emotions. You have to keep investing in your soul. If not, somebody else will. And they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
They're there trying to grab our attention with all manner of things. The last job I had was with a man called Justin Smith. He owns all the advertising spaces in every single university in the UK. And when I had my fake CV that I presented to him, he just ripped up my CV. He said, tell me about you. What are you reading? How do you spend your time? Tell me the 4 people that have the greatest influence on you. And that was how,
that was how.
Yeah, that's how he gave me the job.
So nobody didn't want to see all the.
He said everyone's got. Everyone's got. Nah, I designed that CV very well. He said. I know most of this stuff is bollocks, mate.
So I know.
But he fired me after 3 months.
Yeah, but at least.
But he gave me 1,600 to start the business that we now run in schools.
Wow.
He said to me, when you're selling my products, your voice goes down. He said, but when you're talking to young people, I see a light come on in your eyes. He goes, you're not working for me. There's £1,600. Every 90 days, I want to see what's happened to this money.
Wow.
He was another mentor. Let me not forget. But I've been fortunate with people that have aided and assisted me along my journey.
What you do. So there's Richie
Dar Johnson, Charles Ajayi Kiran, Atiti Shosimi.
Tell us about
So Atiti she's the wife of, Dele Shosimi, the Afro. So, So Atiti, she was working for an agency, a speaking agency. And this agency didn't want to license me, but they kept on using me to be delivering their training. But you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet.
Or you can do training.
But I can do training, but I'm not ready yet. So they're getting me for free. And then she stood in the gap one day and said, enough is enough.
Yeah, decide.
I'm available. I can do his assessment this week. And then
that was it.
And from there, we just built this relationship. I was with her when I got the news that my father had passed. She became like a mother to me. And you got to remember, I'm still an angry guy. And she was able to be compassionate and just start breaking down. The Charles people see today.
I think I'm going to get that. I'm going to try and read my way through your books. But that first one.
Against All Odds, you will see the raw, rough. You look at me the wrong way, I could cut you. I was just a very raw, angry, it's still there.
Tickle.
No. If you push,
somebody will have to push you because you have a brand. You have.
No. Yeah. When was it? Yes, a senator came from Nigeria. And this was not too long ago. So God is still working on it. Grand Connaught Rooms. Comes with his entourage. And then the event planners are a bit intimidated but these people don't all have seats for this event. And then the event planner says, sorry, sir, all these people are not on the guest list. And then this senator says, do you know who I am?
That special phrase.
So I said, sir, with all due respect, please let us sit the majority of the guests. And then he said to me, if you don't get out of my way, I will slap you. I said, sir. So I just brought him close. I said, wait. So I will go home this evening and my children will say, Daddy, how was work? And I will say, somebody slapped me. And I said, sir. I said, today will be my last day as being an MC, but I will beat the hell out of you. I said, I will beat you up. You know that night he gave me £300. He said, nobody has ever spoken to me like that. I said, come on, sir. You're privileged to be in the position you're in. You shouldn't use it to intimidate and bully. I said, I know you're coming from Nigeria. I said, but here, you're in a position of grace. Use that opportunity to make people feel special.
And don't come and
intimidate and bully.
And
he said, young man, give me £300 cash. And one of his friends now gave me another 100.
The shock.
I said, sir, I will beat the living daylights out of you. I said, I will just go home now. Daddy, how was work? One man slapped me.
You.
I said, sir, it's not possible. I said, it's not possible.
So it's still
there, but
it doesn't come out like that.
But I'm also not in environments where association is key.
Yes, absolutely.
Environment is important. There are a lot of men that are frustrated. So men have various ways of dealing with their frustration. Some is drink, some is drugs, some is gambling,
some is women.
So you got to find. Men are not used to saying, I got a problem. Help.
And that's how we're going to round up with this thing about men, because that was going to be my last question. So when I had this episode with ICSN, the current network director, I think they're called. Chinazo. Lovely Chinazo. She said to me that they have a group for women. And I said to her, what about the men? They have a group? And then she said, not yet. But there's somebody you should talk to. Charles Emeka. I said I was already going to even reach out to him, but I was going to reach out to you from the MC thing just to come and talk about it. So she then said, I said to her, I know about it because I saw it on Facebook and blah, blah, blah. And so that's what I want us to end with. Tell me about what, because I don't know much about it. What is it?
So it's the EEI Men's Forum.
Okay.
So it's a forum that I started during COVID. COVID was a struggle for me because everything I do is centered around being people. So everything I did during COVID was shut down. No schools open, no events, no companies open.
Nothing.
I'm now at home for 8 months. And for 8 months, so-and-so has died. So-and-so is dead. So-and-so is dead. So-and-so is dead. So I'm like, it's only a matter of time before it's going to be my mum. And that's my biggest fear to date. I'm not ready for my mom to go anywhere. You know? So every time I rang her phone, if she didn't answer after 3 rings, my mind has already gone to the worst. Remember that time, the only place you were allowed to go was to the supermarket. So I would go in the supermarket and I would always find myself going to the alcohol section. I was buying JD. I was buying whiskey. I was buying brandy.
Doing that.
You know? Then one day at home, I opened my cupboard. I saw 4 empty bottles of whiskey.
That you had single-handedly done.
Single-handed. And I said to my wife, who drank that? And she just nodded at me. And then in that moment, I said, this is how I could become an alcoholic.
By yourself.
Just by nobody.
You yourself.
Just volunteered my services. No, just at home. And then I said, that was when I realized that I used to think gym was about me looking good. I didn't realize that my gym was helping me with my mental sanity. I no longer had gym. I no longer had somewhere to exert that energy and clear my mind. I never knew what was Netflix until COVID. I'd never watched Netflix before.
I didn't even know, like Instagram. I only started Instagram to listen to DJs playing.
Wow.
I didn't think about Instagram.
Wow.
I didn't think about Instagram.
So it was then I just said, I need to talk to other men. And it just started as a WhatsApp group. And then the group grew bigger and bigger. And then I started making rules. No women, no politics, no gossip, no negative news. And the group just got bigger and bigger. And men would, that was where I started audiobooks, and that was when I started investing in the stock market during COVID. This one said, and I'm like, stock market doesn't make sense to me. Someone said, bruv, send me your account details. I'll give you £30 to start. £30? And that was how we started investing in the stock market. And today it's a completely, and I was like, stock market, how do you invest in the stock market? What phone do you use? Apple. Buy some Apple shares. What do you watch? Netflix? Yes. It's that simple. It's not what people think it is. So that group, we just teach each other, each one teach one, share, be vulnerable, be transparent. And that was how the group started to what it is now, where we just come together, we discuss about our individual challenges, but we also discuss about our aspirations. And we also, so for example, we have partner groups inside the men's group. So we have one for £500. So men just put £500 and one person takes it. We have another one for people that are still struggling a bit, £100. Each month, one person gets £1,100 just to do something. And then we ask them, what did you do with that £1,100? So on and so forth. So it's just a safe group where men can come as a bruv. I'm struggling today.
And that's so needed. So is it just men of any, is it specific race, or is it black men? Black men.
Yes.
Because it's important to clarify that, because my podcast focuses on black people. So I just wanted to be sure.
Yes.
I just wanted to be sure about the group. Okay.
So it's black men just because we're always swimming upstream. Just because of where we are.
Just because. Yes.
We're always swimming upstream. There are more challenges. And also, some of us are still wrestling with our skin. Let's just call it as it. We're wrestling with our skin color. I remember before my mom used to say, who do you think you are? You're a black person. So they've also helped to remind you of your limitations.
Just in case you were trying to forget.
Just in case you're trying to forget,
away.
So my dad always used to say, Emeka, you see that you're British. It's with small b, not capital B. And I was like, what's this man on about? But I eventually
understood what he was saying.
It's a small b, not capital B. When my dad sent me to Nigeria, I wrote a letter to the British Army to tell them to come and rescue me. And nobody came. Every morning I'll be in the school assembly. I was in Uturu. I was standing. I was in Uturu like this, and I used to say to the guys, the army are coming for me today. Yeah. And I'll be waiting for a Tomahawk helicopter to just
land in the middle and scoop
me. And that was when I said, Ezimo Diego. Nobody came. I said, no, they could come in. I wrote a letter, but the police went to my parents' house. They came. They said, we've received a letter from your son. So, and my dad said, yes,
Yeah,
I've
I know.
sent him,
Yeah.
And let me tell you why. Come inside. And then he brought out all the books and to say to them, this is what he's learning that he was not learning here. So then they said, oh, well, if he doesn't come back soon, any child benefit, or my dad said, to hell with
Cut off everything.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So the group, is there an age group? Is there an age bracket?
No.
So
Black man.
anybody, any black man can attend.
Yes.
And you guys have, is it monthly meetings? You have monthly
We do
meetings?
quarterly, but we engage daily.
Okay.
So you just join the WhatsApp group. You can say, I need help with this. Help is immediately. Everybody will just, we have stockbrokers in there, we have bankers in there, we have doctors in. So if you got a problem with your health, can you recommend me for this? Where can I get a loan from? Can you recommend me a marriage counselor? I'm struggling with my health. So there are so many.
And I'm sure there are mentors there.
There are mentors there. So there are so many. The only thing we say to you is positivity, empowerment. There's no gossip. Any bad news, there are many other places to hear it. Here,
don't bring it in
we
here.
feed ourselves on strengthening men and say, bro, what's going on? What are you doing? How long have you been at this job? What is your next plan? Okay, you've been there 4 years. Thank God. What's next?
It's time
What's
for you
next?
to move.
Because when a man has a goal and a vision, he doesn't get consumed by his issues. But what I say, where purpose is not known, abuse is guaranteed. So if nothing is going on, there has to be a goal.
Yeah.
There has to be something you're aiming and aspiring for. That's why some people say the word retirement. Some people retire. The moment they retire, their body starts shutting down.
They just go down.
I've got a colleague, Christine, her husband, within 8 weeks of her husband retiring, he got sick. Because your whole being is about
There's purpose.
This
there's
podcast.
something. Yes.
Is a goal. It's a vision. It's an achievement. And because you're doing it, there are things that are happening inside you that you don't even know about. That is making you feel, I'm doing something. I'm making an impact. But if it's just wake up in the morning, go to work, come back home, have some food, watch television, go to bed.
Sleep, and do the same thing tomorrow.
No.
It's true.
At some point, bitterness. When you don't have any plans, you remember your pains of the past and it consumes you. But if you have something doing, you're able to shake it off.
Yeah, and keep it pushing.
Even
if you have challenges, because even talking about this podcast, when I thought of all the years I've been thinking, what should I, because I knew I wanted to do something else, apart from just reading law and helping family law clients, which I do love my job, but I was like, I need to do something else. So I put a post on Facebook. I said, you guys, what do you think I should do? Some people said DJ, because I like my music.
Yes.
Some people said MC. I'm like, no, I can't MC because I can't MC because I'm not patient.
Yes.
I cannot deal with.
Do you want to stand on your heels for
no, and I'm not patient. No, I'm not patient. No, I think I would tell. I think they will sack me at my first job. So. But then I was like, okay, this podcast thing, I've been thinking about it, but I was just procrastinating. And I thought it would be easier than it actually is. People think it's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy getting the content. It's not easy getting people to come and support you.
And also as well, like as we've been talking now, you do it in a way that Larry King, remember Larry King?
Do you know my brother called me and said Larry King 2 days ago? I told him stop washing my dada.
Yeah.
And he's going to listen to this and laugh.
Yeah. Larry King. It is not easy to make somebody comfortable that they keep giving you. That's a skill in itself which people don't. And also it is not easy to listen to somebody. It's not easy. So I'm doing something. I'm trying. Yeah, keep going.
Keep going. I've been approved and sanctioned.
Keep going because I don't know why. The nature of my life is I don't do small talk, which is why some family members say, if you don't have anything, don't call him.
Don't call him. Say, what is it?
I don't want to, don't call me, what's up, brother? I'm just walking past Burger King. I don't care. Call me because there's something to give me meat. I don't do random. No. And sometimes my mom will say, just entertain. I said, I can't. So.
You're not easy.
No. It's just, no. Give me meat. You know, oh, this is going on, or I'm trying to do this, or just yeah, bro, yeah, work was all right. I don't care. I got mad. Next. So
I have my own. I think this group is very, and I'm going to. You send me the link for. I'll message you because I know I'm bombarding you with all.
Just any men you want. Just send me the name. I'll add them to the group, and away we go.
The group, the WhatsApp chat, the link. I would post it. The books, I will post it. This group for men, I'm telling you. I don't think you guys even know what.
A couple of people have said to me, "You probably don't," and that's how most things start. You don't
realize.
Yeah, it was just in that moment. If someone said to me, "Now start this group," I'd say,
no, yeah.
But in that moment, I'm saying to you, I'm heavily invested in the stock market just because someone said, "Send me your account, I'll give you £30."
And let me just show you how to.
Let me just show you how to do it. It's not hard. Just start with the things in your house.
The small things.
Who owns, you know, oh, you guys like to drink Hennessy. Invest in Hennessy. Do you think people are still going to be drinking Hennessy in 5 years' time? Yes. Then it makes sense to put £100 in Hennessy. What is the number one selling trainer? It's the Air Jordans, or it's the...
Invest in it.
A stock in Nike is cheaper than a pair of Nike trainers. £102, you have one stock in Nike.
You know the most embarrassing thing? I'm going to now confess, since we're being honest.
I
downloaded the app. I even put money.
Trading 212.
Free trade. I've not even bought one thing.
Well, let's talk about it before we wrap up. Yeah. Why?
Because I just don't know how to do it. Someone said download it and I'll help you do it. So we haven't gotten around to doing it yet.
But you do know how to do it. See, one thing about certain people in society, they try and put it in a way that keeps people off. Oh, that's not for me. Question number one, do a lot of people use it? Question number two, will this thing likely be around in 5 years from now?
And that's it.
You're always on Facebook. Do you think it makes sense to have shares in Meta?
True.
You use WhatsApp, you use Facebook, you use Instagram. It's owned by one person.
So why not?
So why would you not put £100 of your savings rather than leaving it in a bank that is not giving you any interest? You're a lady. You like the finer things in life. Why don't you? You know, it's just, what do I use?
That I can.
What phone? What phone is that?
It's an iPhone. Look at the trade. They said put money. I put money, but I still haven't.
Apple.
The money's sitting there.
Do people knock on this door every once in a while and bring deliveries to you? Called Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense to invest in them.
True.
And there's also something called Amazon Web Services, which means that most internet sites are hosted on Amazon Web Services. They're not going anywhere. You can put your savings. I like to... When I'm looking for stuff online, I usually go on this company called Google Search. Maybe I should, you know. And they also happen to own a company called YouTube. Maybe I should, because everybody now watches. You know, it's that simple. Start with the 8. The 8 is Google. There's another company which you may know of called Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, or sometimes if you want to get a little bit more technical, you say Apple. Who is their next competitor to Apple? Samsung. I invest in both. £50 for Apple, £50 for Samsung. There's a company called Coca-Cola. Who's their competitor? Pepsi. £50 in Pepsi. It's not deep.
To start.
No.
I think that's what it is. I was just petrified.
Just start with the basic savings.
Yeah.
Just start with the basic savings. Just start with the basics. I think Amazon knocks on my door every couple of days.
So they're doing something right.
Let me put my money there. I watch Netflix. When people were complaining about the heating crisis and how much bills were, all I did was I went and invested in the companies that were providing the heating. When people say, heat crisis, okay, who's providing the heat and the electric? Oh, British Gas, who is there? It's simple.
So just put the money in.
Shell. You know, just
spread it out.
don't try and go, oh, this one.
I think that's what I was.
Just because we're looking for that. No, because you're
waiting to
already
get the
making an
knowledge.
income. Don't leave your money in your savings
It's been
account.
the thing has been sitting on the thing.
Money in your savings account. And if you don't want to do anything else, let's say you don't want to be a big time trader, there is something called the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is the top 500 companies in America. You can invest in the S&P 500 and you will get 8 to 10% of your money every single year interest.
So that you can just do that one and just rest.
That's just
do that one and rest.
And nothing else. If you don't have the appetite for...
I don't have the appetite. I don't have the appetite. And that's what put me
on that your free trade, S&P 500,
put my money there.
£50, £100
and rest.
And just be putting it whenever it comes in. And good night.
Yeah. I think that for me, because anything that's too, I'll just run away.
Because your number one need is security.
Yes.
You like to be safe.
I like to be safe. So it's been sitting there.
S&P 500. That's simple. S&P 500 is the top. The UK is what you call the FTSE 100, which is the top 100 companies. But the S&P 500, Amazon is in there, Apple is in there.
Everybody.
So it's everyone. And year on year, the profits on the S&P 500 is 8 to 10%. If your money is making 8 to 10% versus 1% or no percent in your bank account, what's your problem?
See, we've done
so
quick.
Think about 8 to 10% in the next 20 years.
Something.
More than something.
We've done free.
People that invested in Netflix in 2010, £1,000, 180,000. That's what they're on now, just from £1,000. Money spent has only one life. Money invested has multiple lives. Send your money to work. That's all.
True.
And on that note, thank you so much for having me.
So much,
Nazo Circus.
Yes.
It's been
amazing.
It's been fun. It's been enjoyable. You opened up some cans that have been closed now for. But the reason why I'm like when I wrote Against the Lords, there was a lot of family problems that came because my mum felt I had exposed too much, and I said because she felt like it made them look like bad people. I said no. I said it's not the case. I said this is just my experience. Everything I did, I chose to do.
And the generations are different.
Exactly.
The parenting in these days, it was different.
And also, because we come from a culture of don't ask, don't tell. So when they see somebody like me telling, I realize that people go, oh, if he can talk about it,
yes,
then I'm okay.
Yeah.
Because he's not talking about, this happened to me.
Yeah. He's just telling you happened.
This happened, these were the impacts, these were the resources, but this is what you can do. So if you're going down the wrong road, you have to first acknowledge I'm going down the wrong road, then you can make a U-turn. Some people are scared to acknowledge they're going down the wrong road.
So they just keep going.
Hey. Just keep going. You got to say, maybe I got this wrong. Or I know. And, sometimes people say, yeah, but you don't know. Whatever happened to you is not your fault. What you choose to do with that, that's on you.
That's now on you. You're right. That's now on you.
I used to give a speech called Before I Lost My Innocence. Whatever happened to me was not my fault. But what I choose to do with it, I could stay angry and attack people and, but at some point you have to say, as we like to say, Ozugo. Ozemena. So
fantastic. Charles, I've learned so much about you and all that you do and those books. Since I need to start reading, I think I will start reading.
Start with Against the
Lords.
But Against the Lords with that.
I will start with that because I will start with that. And we look forward to the books that are coming out.
Yes. And also to people that don't read, if you're not a reader, don't try and read a 200-300 page book.
Yes.
Start with a 40-page book because
yes.
it's an achievement that you can start with another one, and before you go, actually reading is not that bad.
Yes.
Start with small books. Don't try and go for one of these Game of Thrones.
Because you now switch off.
Yeah, by chapter. They say most books people don't get past chapter 5.
Oh, chapter 5 they even tried. Chapter 5.
So also if you think that you're not a reader, do audiobooks. Audible is there. I only started doing audiobooks during lockdown, and the guy said reading a book is like taking a tablet. Doing audio is like taking the liquid version. So
So maybe that's what I need to do. The audio.
start
'Cause my
that
eyes, I'm always reading.
Yeah,
I don't want
do
to
audio.
read. I don't
Also,
want to read.
You have a car.
Yes.
Turn your car into a personal development university.
Yes.
So when you're, I know you probably have to be thinking about your case and, but maybe on the way back, just
to the
pour in,
yes.
pour in, pour in, pour in, pour in. If you invest in pouring in for 60 days, you won't be the same person. You can't be the same person. Remember, a mind that has been expanded can never return to its
Shrink
previous
back.
form. So you just got to keep on
going.
The mind is like a muscle. The more you use it, the bigger it gets. The mind is like a parachute. It works best when it's open. And on that note,
can I implore you to just come and sit with me
and be talking?
I've been telling me all these things.
I'm trying to be a millionaire.
Charles,
we shall get there.
Charles,
Amen.
We always forget that. Everybody calls Charles Emeka.
Because when I wrote Against All Odds when I wrote it for the first 6 months, Charles Emeka didn't exist. Charles Njoko, and we only sold 60 copies in the first 6 months.
People didn't know who it was.
I think there's also bias. So 60 copies in the first 6 months. For some reason, one day I said, let me try Charles Emeka, and we sold 600 copies in the next 90 days.
Really?
So I was like, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Njoko sounds, Njoko now. Emeka, Charles Emeka, where's he from? Let's give it a try. Sometimes I show up to clients, I go, Charles, hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Lovely to see you. So I know you. It's me. So, prejudice is still real. Thank you so much, my sister.
For taking out time.
It's been good.
You guys this is my longest episode.
Yes.
This is my longest. So
you are speaking to a speaker.
Yes,
so it's natural.
Yes, I enjoyed every second of it. Okay, guys. So I'm going to sign off now. Peace, love, take care of yourselves, and listen, like, share, comment. And I'll post all the links to everything we discussed in the description. Until next time, yes. Bye.